Wow. I never fucking heard that, but I think that the monarchy, should just fucking evaporate. They had their time, it was great, but the show's over. Because you could use, that money that goes into security and wiping her fucking ass and whatever else the costs are for all of them. That new little fucking rodent they brought into the world too. How the fuck is he better than you, me, or, every fucking carpenter and school teacher that goes to work every fucking day busting their ass? I wish more people felt like you. Like I say, there's a lot of people out there, more people out there now talking, that kind of stuff and realizing it. But you see fucking divisions everywhere,
Yeah.
And it only serves our masters, I think.
That's right. You're right. That's one of the saddest things. It's one of the hopelessness of the situation. How there's so much divisions out there. There's more divisions between the people now than there is Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kremes. You know what I mean? There's more. There's just so many varieties of. I mean, there's just. I mean, I know it does seem. I can hear what you're. It does seem hopeless at times, and it does feel hopeless. But the most important thing is, I mean, that's why the Celtic song, and that's why Celtic is so special to a lot of people, because it gives hope. The tune, like, "You'll never walk alone," with hope in your heart. You'll never walk alone. So even though the path is hopeless and terrible, well, at least we know, as Celtic fans, as a community, we're doing it together with like-minded people. And no matter the worst situation, as long as we do it for the best of intentions, then we'll get there in the end, mate, no matter what the fucking scenario is. So even if it's done by zombies or animals. Listen to this, Rocky, right? I was going to say this earlier on, but I was walking through town, and I mean, you just couldn't make it up. It was on the billboard. I'm going to have to go and dig it out somewhere, right? Because I was going to take a picture, but it was too dark. I'll say they'll come back tomorrow and get this. And it was on the Royal Concert Hall, and it's an advert for a concert on, get this, the 14th of February, so Valentine's Day, the day that the Mankey mob went into administration, and the headline of the poster, as I saw it, was the Rhythm and Blues Tour. Yeah, a Rhythm and Blues event. And the headline act was the Zombies and the Animals. And this gig was on, the Rhythm and Blues gig, is on the 14th of February. I was like, you couldn't make shit like that up. A fucking Rhythm and Blues band or night with a headline act of the Zombies and then the fucking Animals. And then I can't remember who the third one was, but as far as I was concerned, that was it. The show's over. If you've got, and then I looked at the date and I went, oh, for fuck's sake, somebody's having a fucking laugh here. I thought, on the 14th. So I was thinking of getting some tickets, just not to go to it, but just to buy tickets with the headline act of the Rhythm and Blues night is the Zombies and the Animals on fucking the 14th. I think we should. What we should all do is fuck it. We should all go along there as Celtic fans dressed as fucking zombies and fucking animals and fucking gatecrash the fucking place.
That's karma coming around again, smacking them in the face with karma's fucking ball bag.
Yeah.
You made a good point about Celtic, though, and that's what led me to Celtic as a club. Is like I said a million times, a big tent club where everybody's welcome, regardless of your faith, or your background, or your philosophies. But the other club is the small, the fucking Sevco Rangers small club where you got to fit their definition of the people. And right away I'm out because I got a full set of fucking bright white teeth. And I never, ever looked at my sister inappropriately. So I could never support fucking the Rangers. And yeah, it is, you know, it gives people a sense of hope, like you said. And sometimes when the fucking world seems hopeless, and when you're in a fucking station of life that the question of how is completely fucking indeterminate, there's always a fucking, and I say you always look at me, because, you know, I had a fucked up, I basically tried to fucking ruin my life growing up, trying to become a fucking gangster, which makes for really exciting stories, but it made for a lot of wasted fucking time, especially when you came from a family with, you know, not much to begin with. But all of that shit helped me now, you know, how I appreciate, you know, success, because I had to earn it, with these fucking douchebags that are, you know, the real rich people of this world, they didn't have to earn it, you know? And if they earn it, it's by screwing everybody else out of a fucking honest living wage and opportunity. But Celtic is so much more than just a football club, you know? And honest to God, around the world, when I see that shirt, I know that guy or girl is probably going to be a decent fella, you know, a decent person, and worthy of approaching and seeing if you could start up a conversation. Where if it's somebody else, a guy wearing, let's say, an England top, I'm probably not going to approach that guy. Unless it's a night where I got my fucking balls twisted and I'm looking to fucking dance with somebody. Then I'll go, but otherwise, I mean it. I leave those fucking people alone, because it's always a fucking mess, no matter how many fucking pints they have. That's why Celtic is what it is, you know. It's really a fucking worldwide club, you know, worldwide fans around the fucking world who are not just, you know, Scottish and Irish Catholics. So many fucking people, Thai Tims, and so many people that I know that have, you know, never been to Ireland or Scotland, are just Celtic because of, well, for many reasons. The reasons that you guys always talk about, like Big Chi, which I'm so sorry that last night I wasn't able to fucking grab the phone call, but I did hear a little bit of what you guys were talking about. I gotta say, for an American, you know, because we, you know, nowadays with modern fucking direct TV packages and streams on the internet, you could keep up with it, but it's not as easy as you guys, you know what I mean? You're right there. Your fucking morning paper's gonna have, you know, coverage and everything talked about on every fucking radio station. That guy, the amount that he knows, he's like a fucking Celtic encyclopedia. Honest to God, you know, I'm so impressed anytime I have the opportunity to listen to his fucking show or talk to him directly. It's amazing how hardcore of a fan, Celtic supporter that guy is, you know?
Do you know, I could sit and talk about Celtic to any cunt, mate, right? And anybody who's a true Celtic fan, they can do the same. They'll just sit and talk about Celtic, about this or that. If we're not talking about the team now, we'll talk about memories gone past, yeah? And it doesn't matter. We'll have huge differences in other aspects of our life, but we'll always be joined by that. And Graham and yourself as well, and I mentioned that when I was talking to G yesterday, you know, I admire people and I love people who come. I mean, I was privileged enough to be born into it and have family, but people like yourself who seek us out, if you like, who see that what we're all about, and you get what we're all about, and it perplexes me why sometimes people give that guy at times about on the Twitter and stuff, and they're horrible to him at times. Sometimes, you know, because he's a Yank, and they think that because he's a Yank, he can't really talk properly on football. And then even worse than that, they think that because he's just a fan who's just maybe Johnny come lately in their mind. I mean, he's only been 15 years or 20 years, whatever many years it is. Well, you know, somebody who's 40 maybe think, well, they look down at him. Well, he's only just come in. And I appreciate and I admire anybody who comes in and becomes a Celtic fan for whatever reason. And you're right. I mean, it's just mind-blowing that he sits there and he does radio shows talking about it, getting people to phone in, and a successful one in that, sitting then talking with Paul Larkin and being highly conversant about basically everything as well, but being conversant about Celtic and the manner that he is. He's a truly amazing guy, mate, on the aspect of, you know, how everything he knows about Celtic, mate, and fair play to the guy, mate, fair fucking play to him. And even if he's no, I was going to hope to try and get him on the night with yourself, mate, but screw that. I want him and you back on another time very soon as well, so it's not as if I'm going anywhere, mate, but I'd love to get you all together as well. But it works quite easy just doing one-on-one. The signal seems to be okay, but sometimes when I do the three-way call, it breaks down, but it's all good in the hood, Rocky, it's all good in the hood. But yeah, I love meeting new people, no matter what background, but the fact that we share this love together, a mutual friend, i.e. Celtic, you know, it makes life, in amongst all the misery that life throws, just wee small victories, like the powers that be want us to be all divided. We spoke about the divisions, right, and how we hate each other, and how on the more divisions. So the fact that we can collectivise and can gather around something and collect together, that means we're getting a victory here, mate. That's a victory, you know. Even though we're different in so many ways, different background, different ideas about everything else, but we can come together and share something. That makes it unique and special, bro.
Amen to that, Tommy. You know, just this past year, I had 5 different Tims come into my bar and say hello. And each one was, you know, very nicely dressed, so pleasant with the staff, brought gifts, made donations to the fucking charity. I mean, gentlemen and ladies, perfect. You know, one lady came with her husband. I think they were there on their honeymoon. They just got married. And the nicest people in the world. They're on Twitter. Really cool people. They brought me St. Pauli flag and a Celtic flag, Celtic towel. Yeah, you know, and we treated the girls like fucking really nice. Always impressed. Yeah, just about any time I've seen a guy walking around, you know, fucking the English fucking shirt and the Chelsea shirts, there's a problem. You know, not always with me, but it's fucking night and day, you know. And if you think about what the Rangers have fucking, their front office, the people that run that business, you know, they're the people that could steer it away from that, but they don't. They steer it into that with promotions of $16.90 for a ticket and fucking orange strips, and, you know, not hiring Catholics until basically they were guns to their fucking head. You know what I mean? It's clear how they feel about a segment of the population, or you know, virtually every other segment of the population except, you know, orange-friendly fucking loyalist people. Just douchebags, like I always say, bro.
I know, and it would be nice that if they could join us in the 21st century, but it just seems that the knuckles are stuck in quicksand and they can't be released from it. They're knuckle draggers, and they're stuck not 1 century ago, not 2, but 3, 4 centuries ago, and their mindset is about war and, you know, controlling and dominating and being the superior race, you know, and everything is about having a victory. Everything's about a war and being victorious, and I really, I mean, and then the way they judge people like themselves, you know, like, oh, they've accused me before, and other Celtic fans suffered the same fate. I mean, I'm nothing special on it, but they say that we hate them. I mean, I just feel nothing but pity. I mean, I try to realise what my character flaws are and try to kind of polish up my act, you know, so I try not to be hating people, because it doesn't really benefit you. You know, if you hate something or someone or whatever, it eats away at you and it causes you problems. So I try not to have that. So I really try to put pity in my heart instead of hate. So if I feel a Rangers fan or whatever, I try not to think, I hate that bastard. I don't hate them. I pity them. Yet when you see them deal